Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Yusef Scott, and I'm here tonight to go over a trade opportunity that I see setting up right now on the GBPNZD. For those of you that do not know, that is the Great British Pound, New Zealand Dollar. This is actually the pair of choice. This is my pair that I trade quite often. Very, very, very familiar with this pair. I love it. It's absolutely the greatest. Moves very fast. A whole lot of profit potential here. I actually on this huge move up from April to September of last year, I was able to do some great damage on that trade there. Nonetheless, the market went from like the 193 all the way up to 245. This area right here was Greece. For those of you that do not know or do not remember, the market did some fantastic things. Fantastic trend up, awesome movement. Right now, currently, if you look at this, you see that the market is making, um, you know, great moves down. It's striding down. But what's interesting is this: as I put support down there, as you see, support is well respected, even going back, well respected over a number of years, even up to like 8 years ago. The market was respected, as you see, um, 2000, early 2008. Currently, right now on the GBPNZD, what's very interesting is that I don't know if you guys know this, but when you have gaps in a market, huge gaps, this was a 250 pip gap on the GBPNZD, in which I was able to trade that. And you talking about the market closing here. Let me zoom in so you guys can see how awesome this was. The market closed here and it actually gapped up to here. It might look quite small, but we're on a daily chart. The volume is way high, way higher than any other currency, not currency pair, but any time chart. I mean, especially the hour, 4 hour. So while the candle might look small, the volume is huge. So when we measure the actual move up, talking 250 pips, and then the move itself when as high as 700 and let's say almost 720 pips, but from the gap itself, we're talking 250 to the top of the candle the next day, over 600 pips. Quite amazing, right? Now, mind you, this was on 610 and this was on 611, so it went from here to here, from 4:59 to 5 o'clock. It jumped up over 250 pips, so just about 250 pips. Amazing. So with that move up was a clear sign that the momentum was really on the upswing. Although it was already going up, it had already been going up for nearly a month, and after that, with this push up, one might have thought that it was going to close the gap. But interesting enough, I'm going to show you why this level is so important at current, and I'm also going to show you when the market actually closed, and I'm going to show you how significant that level was. Well, anyway, the market had gone up. This was Greece. Amazing day. Amazing day. And if you notice here, I have a resistance line. The market had been making higher highs all along. There were a few dips where the market had actually pulled back, a lot farther than the pattern of going up. But what had happened was the market started to become contained, or for lack of better words, it was reaching an area of resistance and it was going sideways, better known as consolidated. It was consolidated. So that was a sign that what? The market was eventually going to go back down. Now, of course, afterwards, the market, it did fall. All right. And it retraced and it fell some more. It retraced sort of, and then it fell. Now, see this level right here? That's a gap. All right. Now on a daily chart, there are gaps, small, large, but these are significant gaps in the market. Might not look like it's that large, but it's pretty significant. The market went from here to here, almost 200 pips. Now this was the 19th. That went from Friday's close to Sunday's open, or technically Monday. All right. So let's fast forward this and let's look at where the market is right now. Now, I've been looking at a few GBP pairs, and if you guys have been following me, I've been I made a video on a GBPAUD a few days ago, and if you notice, let's go back to that. If you notice here, the market, look how identical this looks. See that? All right, so you have pairs that are correlated. All right, so even to this point, let's look at that. Oops. Let's zoom out and let's look. So let me draw another line there and look at that. Let's go back to the GBPAUD. Look how identical that looks. All right. Now, something that I want to point out to you guys is this. All right. So this is the GBPAUD. All right. Now let's look left and see. Okay, there is no gap. All right. But look how there is a gap here. The market gapped down at the same point on the GBPAUD as it did on the GBPNZD. A lot of you are familiar with that, and you find correlation in pairs and you trade them together. Nothing's wrong with that, but be careful, because you can have twice the risk, and if you're trading heavy, that can be very devastating to your account. All right, so let's go back to the GBPNZD. This is where I really wanted to make my point. All right, now look at the gap here and look at the gap here. Very close. And then look at where the market is right now. All right, the market actually stopped. Now, let me go back and say this. The reason why I pointed out this level was that the market was here around this area when I had pointed out in the video about the GBPAUD to watch this area, about it could possibly go back down and respect this support line, or it could possibly even break up. That was a signal that I saw, and I said, you need to watch that level because it's quite significant. So lo and behold, today the GBP pairs, they all broke up. I mean, tremendously. I mean, this pair here, I didn't see how much this one jumped up, but this one moved up. It was just about the same. The GBPNZD jumped up 440 some pips as well. So let's just see. So from bottom to wick, yeah, so it's like 440 pips. So basically, the reason why I'm pointing this out is that there are a few things in this current pair that we're looking at, the GBPNZD, that I want to point out. We're at a very strong area right now, currently. All right, and I want to show you guys what I mean by that, because we have, and let me get rid of this now. Let me just make this a different color, just for the sake of. All right, so with this gap being here, this is where the gap is, right here, and then you also have resistance right here. So you had a major gap at resistance going up eventually. Then when the market fell down, the market dropped down ultimately to that same level. See this? It dropped down to the same level in double bottom and stayed there for about 2 weeks. All right, so this level is very significant. So when the market finally broke through, it gapped down again. Not quite as far, but it gapped down almost the same amount of pips that it gapped up, just 190 opposed to the 250. And then the market has dropped down to another low, which is well respected. You look left, well respected. We did that earlier. And now it has climbed up to the level of where the gaps, both of the gaps had taken place. So it actually broke through, but now the market is at that level of resistance. All right, so I would say that we really need to watch this level, because the market could dance around this level for a number of days, as it did here. But at the same time, you have to know that when it broke from here to here, it jumped up quite a few pips. You're talking over almost 3,000 pips. All right, and yes, it did come back down to this level, and it's really been hanging around this level for a while. It dropped down probably half the distance as going up, but we're at that level again. Once again, we're at that same level, and believe it or not, the GBPAUD is showing the same thing. Here's the Greece situation there. Let's put our we'll keep it red. Put our resistance there, and the market had fallen. Not as much. It fell a little over 1,900 pips. You know, but the fact of the matter is, it's mimicking or mirroring the moves as the GBPNZD. And while the GBPAUD did not have a gap in this area, or nothing significant that stands out, it did have one here, and the market went down, touched that level, and now it's back at the same level again. So we really need to watch this level. Although it broke through our previous area that we were watching, you still want to watch this level, because now it's back at what used to be support, now termed resistance. And you have a chance of making double the profit trading on the GBPAUD as well as the GBPNZD. And so it could be quite a move for you. And other GBP pairs, it could have moved the same way, but these two, since I traded GBPNZD pretty much daily or weekly, the GBPAUD, because I made a video about that days ago, I just had to point this out to you guys. Hopefully you guys were able to make some profit on the breakout of that consolidated area. Although I was sort of leaning towards the market going down, more so because of the fact that because of the levels that it had reached recently. But just like in anything else, you have to allow the move to take place, and then you can realize and sort everything else out afterwards. So that's where we are. The move had gone up, and now we're looking at price at a major, I would say on the GBPNZD, we're at a major level, because not only are we at a point in the market where we have resistance or support, we're also at a level where there were two major gaps two major gaps that had taken place at this level. So we could one might believe that the market will hold steady, consolidate, and then probably fall back down, but you must wait for the confirmation, whether it's your candles, whether whatever it is that you use as a confluence or confirmation. Let that be the indicator as to whether or not it's going to go up or down. But you can definitely find some great clues on a daily chart. The market makers and the big banks, they usually leave behind these clues, and those of us who are able to see the market for what it is, we're able to point those things out. So yeah, you can definitely, let me go to the GBPJPY and see if there's anything. Let's see, make it blank. See if there's anything that stands out on here. Nothing really. This is another great pair to trade. I don't trade it, but it moves quite fast. As you notice, this candle here from body to body, 300 some pips. I mean, that's not bad, but there are some great moves. I'm talking daily, weekly, from one area to the next. I mean, that is enormous, crazy. In 2 weeks, that is crazy. So that's the type of movement that I love. This right here, I mean, this is like a no-brainer, like really easy to see, point out. Yeah, that's a major level. So when the market goes, during these sessions, the market is slow. This is what you need to do. You need to study. You need to really realize what's going on in the market, because this is where you're gonna be able to hone in on your skill and find the best moves and the best setups. Seriously, so this is what you really need to do. So, but nonetheless, I just wanted to show you guys. I could really get into it with these pairs, but I just wanted to show you guys what we're looking at as these opportunities are unfolding. I will keep you guys updated, because I know that when the market reaches a significant level, there's usually a great move, and I'm not surprised that there was a significant move that happened here. That there was a significant move leading up to the significant level. So I'm not surprised at that, especially considering this is just what I like to do my little research. You had a great move down, and then you had a great move up. A great move down from the gap, and then a great move up to the gap. Then over here, I mean, it's not really the same, but well, 300 some pips. That isn't bad. So these are the clues that the market makers and the big banks they leave behind, and all you have to do is go behind them and pick up the follow the breadcrumbs, and then you can piece it all together. So I just wanted to point this out to you guys and show you some things that I tend to pick up in my downtime and make good sense out of it. All right, so this is all for now, you guys. I hope that this will help you be able to realize opportunities in the market, because this is what it's about, keeping things very simple and logic. Forex logic is what I love best, because I don't need to figure out any other algorithms or special things that whatever. I don't need to figure out all that stuff. I could just use logic, and usually logic with a little bit of this and that would go a long way. So definitely appreciate you guys tuning in. To all my loyal subscribers and viewers, definitely appreciate you guys definitely making some changes over here. So if you guys like the video, please like the video. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. I will continue. I will continue to be devoted and in releasing content that will open your eyes to the clues and all that are left behind in the market, because this is what makes you a better trader, and this is what allowed you to bring the profit home. So until next time, you guys have a great night, and expect to see and hear more of me in the days that come. All right, take care. Good night.